Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Dustin, and this is Zinger, and this is going to be my first video on Is It Zinger Approved. This is going to be a channel where I talk about some stuff that I get, stuff that I've bought, and stuff that has been sent, and it's going to be 100% honest reviews. This is my dog Zinger, and I thought it would be cute to do an Is It Zinger Approved for products I get. For my first video, we are actually throwing it back to the very first product review I done over on Cassidy's Adventures, the AUXITO Jump Pack. I still have it. It has been over a year, and I still have it. We're going to jump over to that, and I'm going to let you watch that first video talking about this jump pack. We'll see you guys at the end.
Cassidy's Adventures. Don't worry, we're not lost. Just enjoying the outdoors. An adventure to the cross. Camping by the lake, camping by the creek. It's Cassidy's Adventures. Just my old dog and me.
Coming at you with my very first product review. This is a real world test, guys. I have final thoughts and whatnot. Hello folks, how's everyone doing today? Dustin here with Cassidy's Adventures, coming at you with my very first product review. Full disclosure, first off, this company did send me this to do a review. However, they did not pay me to say nice things about it, so we are going to try to be as honest as we can about this. It is a AUXITO jump pack, but it also has some other options for using it as a power bank and whatnot. And in this video, we're going to do an unboxing, show you everything that it comes with. I actually have 2 motorcycles with dead batteries, so we're going to test the jumper itself to see if it will in fact start my 2 motorcycles, and we will talk about the other charging options it has and whether I think it would be useful just as a jump pack or if it is also useful as a power bank. Enjoy, guys. Thanks. Okay folks, let's get into unboxing this thing. This is the box that the AUXITO comes in. As you can see, it is the J503 model Jump Starter. Let's unbox this and show you what's in the box. First off, we have this very nice, I think, very nice case. It's somewhat hard. Has a nice zipper. I do like that it's a hard case. I do have another jump pack, a smaller one that's just in a bag basically, and I don't really like that, but I do like this case. Show you what's inside. Alright, so first off it comes with a USB, just a normal USB to a USB-C. And it also comes with a USB-C on both ends cable. And then of course we have the jumper cables, if you will, what plugs into the jump pack itself and goes to your battery. An instruction manual. Then we have the jump box itself. Have a look at that. This is the AUXITO J503 Jump Pack. Some of the specs on it, it weighs about, I don't know, 3 or 4 pounds altogether. On the end here you have, under this cover, we have a DC output, we have a Type-C input and output. This is where you charge it, or you can charge other devices. We have a USB 2 and a USB 1. This is your standard, and this is the high output 3 amp. And then, under this cover, we have where the jumper cables themselves plug in. Of course, it has the LED light on the end. You push the power button, and then you push this light button. Hold it down for, I believe, 3 seconds. Yep. I'll put in a little clip of me using it a little bit at night here. And then it has different functions. It has a strobe, and then it has the SOS function, and then you just turn it off. Let's get into some of the tests that I've done with it already. I sort of tested it out using it as a power bank myself. When I got it, it was at 74% when I pulled it out of the box, and I went to charge it, and let me see. Let me get back to my notes. I've made some notes here. Hold on just a second. Alright, so when I went to charge it, like I said, it was at 74% when I got it, and I used the supplied USB standard to USB-C cable, and then I used my Samsung fast charger block because it does not come with a power block. And it took 43 minutes to go from 74% to 100%. That's how long it took to charge it. And then after it charged to 100%, I've done another test, again using it as a power bank, not a jump starter. My Galaxy Note 20 Ultra was at 20%, and I thought, well, if I was out camping, I might use this as a power bank to charge my phone. So I plugged it into my phone, and it took, I believe it was an hour and 7 minutes to charge my phone from 20% to full using the USB 1 output, the 3 amp high output. And after my phone got to 100%, it had dropped this down to 63%. So charging your phone uses quite a bit of percent on this particular unit. I would say that if you were going to use this as a power bank, that you charge your phone and whatnot with it at camp if that's what you're doing, and then when you're driving down the road you plug this into your auxiliary power and charge it back up. That way it is charged for if your battery does run down. Because in the instructions it says to try to make sure this thing is at 80% to jump your vehicle. I watched a couple of videos on the thing and they were at like 60% and they still started their vehicles with it, so that may not be entirely accurate. Don't know. But yeah, let's see, and then I'll put a picture in here. I've got a little USB fan that I've used several times on my camping trips to stay cool overnight. And I thought, again, using it as a power bank, I thought, let's see what kind of time we can get running this fan on this AUXITO. So I plugged it in, I charged this back up to 100%. I plugged the fan into the USB 2, just a low output one, and I turned it on, and it ran for 37 minutes before this hit 80%. Again, going back to what the manual says, to keep this thing at 80% to start your vehicle, I thought, run it down to 80% and stop there. So you can get, depending on the fan, you can get 30 minutes, maybe an hour if your fan doesn't draw very much juice. My little fan, I didn't think drew very much juice, but it will work as a power bank for that, and it worked quite well. So I guess it's about time to go ahead and get into trying to get my motorcycle started and actually test this thing out as a jump pack, because I haven't done that yet, so we might as well do this together. Alright then, so here are my two motorcycles that I have just been, let's say, neglecting to ride. Ever since I started doing this camping thing, I really haven't had the desire to ride them. But, it is what it is, and they've sat long enough that both of their batteries are dead. I'll show you here on this little green one that it does in fact have a little bit of juice to light the lights up, but when you hit the start button, it goes completely dead. Now on this one, nothing at all. So let's hope that in fact this jump starter will get these motorcycles started. Let's get this test started. Okay folks, so here we go. What we want to do here is we want to flip open this little cover here that has the ports for the cables. We will plug this in here. And then we want to positive on positive and negative on negative. We don't want to short anything out. And what the instructions say to do. Hopefully this will show up on the camera. You hit the power button and then you hit the start button and it says ready. So let's turn the old key on and see if we fire. Fired up without a problem. Still says 100%. Now this is what I was curious about on this one. See, my other one, it would only work for so long and then it would just shut off and you had to unplug it, unplug this from the machine, and then plug it all back in and then hook it back up to your battery and try again if your thing didn't start. So, try again. No problem. Still at 100%. Okay, so I fired this up 3 times without problem, 3 times in a row, dead battery. Let's move over to the other one that shows absolutely no juice and see if it'll start. Okay folks, so same program on this one. Put the positive to positive and the ground to ground. We don't want any shorting out. Whoops. And again, this is a real world test, guys. I haven't used this for jump power yet. Just tried it on the as a jump pack, or as a power bank rather. Alright, so got that hooked up. We hit the power button, the start button, says it's ready. Turn the key on. We have juice. Started without a problem. Try again. Still shows 100%. Alright. Started it 3 times in a row. Still shows 100%. Out of curiosity, turn this back on. Yeah, nothing. That battery is deader than snot. It probably needs replaced. So, just a note. We are still at 100% after 6 starts on these motorcycles. In the paperwork, it does say that you can get up to 60 starts out of these things. Maybe it's true on these little batteries like this. I'm impressed, guys. Okay, folks, so for my final thoughts and whatnot, do I like this unit? I must say that I approve of the unit itself. It performed that task very well. It charged my phone, it ran the fan. Would I recommend it for a power bank? Well, that is a good question. Would it work in an emergency? Yes, you could charge your phone and things like that with it. But again, if you want to try to count on this in case your battery goes dead, plug it into your vehicle when you're going down the road and keep this charged up, because charging stuff off of this drains it rather quick. It is a 6,000 amp, supposed to be 20,000 milliamp hour battery, 74 watt hours, but it did seem like that it drained awfully fast with the phone, charging my phone. But otherwise, I like this very well. Things that I wish that it had. I wish that it came with the block for a wall charger. Everybody has them laying around nowadays. I guess that's why they don't send them anymore, but plenty of room in the case. Okay, speaking of case, one thing I wish they would change about the case. When you open this up, everything up here falls out. I feel like they could add a little clip right here, or maybe a little taller with a zipper, just to hold this stuff in when you open this case, because when you open it, everything falls out. That's really about the only negative in this short-term review that I've done on this thing that I can come up with. It performed flawless over there. It done the other test just fine. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend it. Everybody should just have an emergency jump pack in their car, because you just never know. You're running late for work or something like that, and you're home alone and your car won't start because your battery died overnight for some random reason. You should just have one of these in your car. Are they worth the money? When you're in that situation, and I have been, well worth the money. Speaking of that, I will have a link to this in the description, and if you use code Cassidy's Adventures, you'll get a 15% discount on this. So that's kind of handy to help on the cost a little bit. But yeah, that is my final thoughts on the AUXITO J503. Pretty good unit. Let me know what you guys thought about this review. I will have some more reviews coming up on products that I have bought myself, paid my own money for, and I've got a couple of other things that companies have sent me that I will be reviewing in the future. But I'm going to keep everything super honest and whatnot. I don't want to be one of those paid to say nice things guys, so we're going to be honest about everything. This is a good unit. I'd recommend it. Have a good day, folks. God bless. Alrighty, so that was my first review on Is It Zinger Approved. As you guys can tell, this thing did get the Zinger Approved stamp, and I still have it. Over a year later, the thing still works well. I don't use it very often. As a matter of fact, it's down to 15%, so I need to charge it up. It just sits in the back of the truck behind the seat, and I use it when I need it. It works for a phone bank or whatever, as you guys seen there. But yeah, I need to recharge it, but I do still have it, and it's still, to this day, it's still Zinger Approved. It does what it's meant to do. Now that I've got it out, seeing that it's down to 15%, I'm going to take it in and charge it. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this first episode on Is It Zinger Approved. Hope to see you guys on the next one. We'll see you guys on the next Is It Zinger Approved Adventure to the Cross. Goodbye. God bless. Be the reason someone picks up their Bible today.
Sun setting low on an old dirt road, mud on the tires, stories untold, fire crackling, night draws near, grateful hearts, God's presence here. From the back roads to the campfire glow, black Dodge and a dog I know. If you like the ride, stick around. This is Cassidy's Adventures. See y'all out there, safe and sound.